are? What are the misconceptions that year sixes are labouring under to the questions that children found the hardest?
Yeah, if we have a look at the next slide, please, Daryl, thank you. These are the two plural apostrophes questions that have been on GPS 2 and 3. So plural apostrophes is a year 4 objective, and it's been tricky for a lot of our
Oh,
pupils. And it would be for many adults if we're fair. Only 25% of our pupils could answer these questions correctly the first time. The main misconception being for the first one was just to omit the apostrophe entirely and just put the plural in. So girls with no apostrophe, they just weren't sure enough maybe of where to put it. And it was closely followed by the error of using a singular apostrophe, so the changing room belonging to only one girl. Then in the second example, another 25% of pupils, nope, I'm not going to use an apostrophe, I'm scared of that, even with this plural noun that doesn't end in S. But then maybe over application of learning the rule for possessive apostrophes for words ending in S has led to one of these errors, entering men's with S and apostrophe for plural possession when it
that would
doesn't
have
end
been
in S.
me.
So it should be apostrophe S in this
I'd have
case.
done that.
It
That's what
is
I would have
me.
put.
It
I
is.
think this is really, really hard, and I definitely would have got this wrong. Francesco, I'm sorry, you guys are absolutely killing it with the full stops. How are you getting on with the plural possessive apostrophes? That's what I want to know. Pop it in the chat. Andy, what tips would you have for teaching plural or reteaching plural possessions?
Yeah, I think we've got to go back to giving children more practice. I think examples and non-examples as well to help them, kind of pattern seek and see with the visuals like we can on LBQ here. And what I really like about this question is it tests the accuracy as well of the pupils. They have to put the apostrophe in exactly the right place, and if they don't,
Yeah.
it's going to, mark it incorrect. They'll get a little red dot on the dashboard, and at that point, they'll read the feedback. If the feedback doesn't help, we have a little motto: they've got to go to the buddy first. If not, it's to the boss. But 3 wrong answers.
I love that.
So we can make sure we're addressing that misconception straight away. Because as you said, it's quite a tricky concept for adults, not just 10 and 11-year-olds. But yeah, lots of examples and non-examples would be the takeaway there.
Heather, can
I
I add something
absolutely.
to Andy's?
Sorry, go on, Sophie.
Just want to add something to Andy's points. It reminded me the non-examples thing. I had a grammar board at once where whenever I was out and about, because there's always grammar mistakes in public on signs or anything. My school email, and then we'd use them in lessons, just this is what I saw on this shop, or this is what I saw in this restaurant, and they can get them to point them out. So because we know that adults quite often get these things wrong because they are quite tricky.
Yeah.
So that's quite
I love them like on the back of a van or on a
yeah.
billboard or the greengrocers labels, and even in a supermarket or something, you can spot some of those, can't you?
Yeah.
I absolutely love some of the things that are coming through in the comments here. The use of apostrophes at my end is frankly hilarious, which is brilliant. I'm sure you teachers sometimes get a good laugh out of some of these. Kate, you've been teaching these, plural apostrophes for a very, very long time, and not everybody has something kind of flashy, doodah like LBQ. So, what can people do? What would you have done if you were teaching or reteaching this?
I'm really enjoying the chat. Someone's just put my like to just throw them in wherever they like. I mean, the children literally just
That's
want to
my approach. Scatter
scoop up
them.
handfuls and just chuck them at their writing. They're just apostrophe happy sometimes. We used to do something I used to call human sentences. So my pupils would hold up word cards to make a sentence, and then somebody would be sent along the sentence with a sticky note with an apostrophe on it, and they'd move up and down the human sentence until everybody shouted, "Stop, it goes there." And it was a bit sort of pantomime-esque. But then making sure that the children could explain why the apostrophe goes in that particular place was also really, really important.
Oh, I just absolutely love that. And I don't know if people have kind of picked up on this vibe, but as being a kid of kind of drama classes, I love the idea of getting up and to the left, to the right, everybody with it. I absolutely love that idea. I can see a lot on chat. This is, obviously people are feeling that their kids are struggling with plural possession apostrophes. If you've got great ideas for that, please do put it on the chat as we move forward. We'll kind of summarize them in the end. But yeah, you are not alone. This is happening. We're seeing this on the data across everywhere in the country, across thousands of children. So please don't worry if this is something that you're challenged with in your classes.